मैं इमरान अहमद खान नियाजी
सिद्क़े दिल से हलफ उठाता हूँ
सिद्क़े दिल से हल्फ उठाता हूँ.
Imran Khan took oath as the 22nd Prime Minister of Pakistan on 18th August 2018. His party's ascent to power comes with high expectation, built upon years of decrying corruption and dynastic rule. Here we look at the first 100 days of Naya Pakistan.
मैं आज अल्लाह का शुक्र अदा करता हूँ.
On his second day on the job, the Prime Minister addressed the nation. This would become a norm. PM Imran addressed the nation 4 times over the course of his first 100 days. He promised to reform the Punjab police, plant over 1 billion trees, and process open court cases within a year in his first address. To enforce their proposed agenda, the new government created half a dozen task forces and 3 committees to reform the use of heritage buildings, a task force on reforming civil services, one on IT and telecom, and one on sports. An economic advisory council and a special executive council for the creation of South Punjab were also formed. Less than 2 months into his tenure, the PM launched his flagship project, Naya Pakistan Housing Scheme, to build 5 million affordable homes for low-income citizens over the next 5 years, saying his government is committed to building a social net for our poor citizens. Austerity measures have featured heavily in the PTI government's first 100 days. A 516 million rupee budgetary allocation for gifts and entertainment was abolished. 70 luxury cars and 8 buffaloes were auctioned off. Members of the federal cabinet, sans foreign and trade ministers, were restricted to 3 foreign trips a year. The Prime Minister's media advisor claims austerity measures in the PM House have saved 147 million rupees. The Supreme Court of Pakistan admitted a petition challenging Zulfi Bukhari's appointment as Special Assistant to the PM for overseas Pakistanis and directed the federal government to submit his credentials and a complete record of his appointment. The court intends to see whether such appointments have been made on the basis of friendships or in accordance with the law, said the Chief Justice. Punjab Chief Minister Usman Buzdar was embroiled in controversy after the Supreme Court took notice of the transfer of a Pakpatan police official influenced by politics. Dr. Atif Mia's appointment to the Economic Advisory Council raised the ire of far-right groups because of his Ahmadi faith. While Information Minister Fawad Chaudhry initially defended the appointment, 5 days later Mia was asked to step down. Over the next 2 days, 2 other members of the council, Dr. Asim Ijaz and Imran Rasool, resigned in solidarity. Criticism also followed the PTI government's decision to sign an agreement with Tehreek-e-Labbaik Pakistan. Following the Supreme Court verdict that absolved Asia Bibi, a Christian woman accused of blasphemy, of any wrongdoing, protests organized by the TLP broke out in major cities. PM Imran took a strong stance in a televised address and warned the TLP against challenging the writ of the state. PM Imran responded directly to 2 foreign politicians on his personal Twitter account. After the Indian government called off a scheduled meeting between the foreign ministers of Pakistan and India at the UN, PM Imran said India's arrogant and negative response has disappointed him, going as far as to call PM Modi a small man occupying a big office. Prime Minister Imran also called out US President Donald Trump after the latter stated Pakistan doesn't do a damn thing for the United States. Prime Minister Imran took to Twitter and told the US President that the country should do some self-assessment instead of making Pakistan a scapegoat for its failures. Iran's Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif was the first foreign dignitary to visit the country after PTI assumed power. The government's first 100 days also saw diplomatic visits by US Secretary of State Mike Pompeo and China's Foreign Minister Wang Yi. The Prime Minister's first foreign visit was to Saudi Arabia at the invitation of King Salman bin Abdulaziz. On the same tour, he also visited the UAE and held talks with Crown Prince Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed. On his second trip to Saudi Arabia, the PM secured a $6 billion lifeline in the form of cash assistance and oil on deferred payments. The government also sought a $6 billion financial assistance package from the UAE. The Prime Minister made an official visit to China and met with Chinese President Xi Jinping and his Russian counterpart. The visit to China was deemed successful as it brought promises of economic aid.